thank everybody up there for showing up and respecting everybody's here's thoughts and questions and concerns. My name is Lawrence Allen, and I am the mayor for the city of Browning. I'm also a state employee with the Department of Corrections. When I look around the room, the first thing that pops in my head is, wow. Wow, what an outturn. What a show of support for PSF. When I look at the crowd here, I think about PSF and life with PSF. Now, for a quick moment, I want to talk about life without PSF. What would that be? That would be a lot of these folks here, myself included, business owners, elected officials, workers of PSF, family, friends, gone from our area. What does that mean? What does that mean? That means companies like Grand River Mutual, like companies in our areas, business owners, everybody loses in this situation. The tax revenues, any revenues associated with PSF are gone. And as a result, people move away, and as a result of that, utilities have to go up. Business owners close shop. Real estate markets, they go down. So my question is kind of a three-part question. Part of it goes for the Attorney General, and part of it for Mr. Logger and Mr. Guernsey there. A lot of folks have concerns about the articles they read about the lawsuits, people being able to sue and then sue again for the same concept, the same idea. Mr. Logger, Mr. Guernsey, are we as elected representatives, are we dealing with issues such as this? Are we enacting legislation to deal with these issues, first off?
Thank you very much for your question. And that is one of the best questions I've heard in a long time. You're exactly right. I'm a farmer, and as a result, I can see things fairly clearly when it relates to this issue. Of course, whenever you're in the agriculture business, particularly when it comes to animals, in my case, dairy animals, they smell. That's just the nature of the business. It's going to smell. And there's a certain amount of responsibility on the part of farmers to make sure that you're taking care of the environment. In my view, farmers are the best stewards of the land. They take care of the environment every day. And because of these positions, I very strongly believe that there needs to be some serious reform along this lines. And I'm committed to do anything and everything that it takes to make sure that that does happen in Jefferson City. If there's a way that I can influence the process, if it means introducing legislation at some point, and I will certainly be a strong advocate for that position. And I've been very clear on that throughout my campaign. So thank you very much.
12th District State Senator. It's great to be here for two reasons. One, and first and foremost, it's always great when people care enough to get involved in the public policy process. But the second one is, as Chris said, Chris and I sat next to each other during our time together in the state senate. In many years, he sat there and listened to me rant and rave on the floor and talk about the great Northwest. Tonight, he doesn't have to see it, he can hear it. You touched on one of the challenges we have. We have two challenges. We have this challenge that Chris has articulated here, and then we have a long-term legal challenge. And the reality is that today, we have trial attorneys running our way alive, and we're going to do everything we can to bring that to an end. You know, as a simple country boy from Ravenwood, Missouri, you know, I'm a guy who fundamentally, I don't believe that government can create jobs. But I'll tell you this, poor government can sure end them. through these challenges, and Chris has to deal with all the stuff that he talked about from here forward, well, I can tell you this. It's not my problem what happened to here forward. It's my responsibility of what happens here. And our friends, our families, our communities, I am going to do everything I possibly can, whether it's legislatively, whether it's politically, to bring this to resolution sooner rather than later to make sure that these jobs, these companies, and our communities exist when all this is going over here. I guess to use Chris' line, it's easy when you get to be an advocate on one side. But just in all reality for a moment, we are talking about 2,500 jobs. We're talking about 7 counties. We're talking about our communities. And I tell you, I don't know what is more important than our way of life. To me, this is the whole reason that we get involved in the public policy process. So thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with Chris, and rest assured, the Representative Guernsey and I have definitely heard it, and we are going to do everything we possibly can to resolve it.
The businesses that will shut down, the real estate markets, everything that goes along with it. So I would push that up to 3,000 to 4,000 jobs. We respect the fact, Mr. Attorney General, that you talk about balancing property owners' rights versus this situation, the job issue, all that. My question for you, sir, is a few complaints over the years worth losing 3,000 or 4,000 jobs in our community? I don't think so. Before you elaborate, sir, on that, the expert panels, the 3 individuals that are from out of state that play a role in this, out of state have no concerns or cares about what Missouri and North Missouri, more specifically, what's going on here and what could happen. Do they really care about what the potential hazards are as a result of this? I don't think so. If the Attorney General at the time, now Governor Mr. Nixon, appointed those individuals, at that time he appointed those guys, and now he's the governor, and he won't even respond to our senator and our rep. Aren't we concerned about that panel?
People have different positions on this next question, but I'm interested in what yours is, and I sincerely would like your advice on this issue. The barn odor issue has not yet been addressed.
He toured the barns and smelled them, or the areas, because I live next to them. It's not a problem.
I don't live here, but I have taken the time because I think that it is important to know what we're dealing with in Jefferson City. I have personally toured the facilities on a couple of occasions, and I promise you that it is a standing order in our office that has been complied with, that every member of the staff who deals with the issue must also tour the facilities. Because when I came into the office, quite honestly, there were people who were dealing with this important issue who had never toured the facilities, and I thought that that was wrong.